What you need to do is be thankful for the life you got, you know what I'm saying?
They send pressure. Mayfield evades. In trouble. Stiff arm. Throws. How did he do it? First down.
Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball is caught. It's a miracle. It's Noah Brown. Oh, my goodness. This town is going crazy.
Protected. Another completion. Another short one. Bouncing off the tackle is Montgomery. What a catch and run. Still going.
What is up, everyone? We are What's the Play? It is December 5th, 2025. Welcome, as always, to the Friday edition. I'm Cory, joined by Lucas. How you doing after last night's game?
I think we're both a bit frustrated after last night's game.
Yeah.
Had St. Brown under yards and was looking very good for 57 minutes.
2 minutes and 40 seconds away from glory, and then he catches more or less a meaningless 34-yard or 33-yard pass and goes over. Screwing us both, unfortunately.
Able to snipe Montgomery receiving yards.
Yeah, that was maybe I was actually going to grab it in the first quarter, and I kept waiting, and they were using Gibbs a lot more than I kind of anticipated, and just kind of decided to wait it out to see what we could get. And if I missed it, I missed it. And then, that first half ended and he was at half a yard. And I was like, well, can't really complain. That's going to be the best line we're going to get there. So, good snipe though. Ended up catching just one pass for, I think it was maybe 10 yards, under 10 yards. So pretty happy about that one. The St. Brown one hurt though.
That's frustrating. A tough loss. Losing an under always hurts.
Yeah, I don't know why they seem to hurt worse than an over. Maybe just because
bet lose.
Yeah, I just think maybe because a lot of people don't bet them, so maybe it just feels differently. Like, oh, you fucking idiot! It was always over.
George Pickens ruined my night, so we're both a little frustrated today, I think.
Well, yeah, and one play that I didn't really kind of officially even tweet out there, but we talked about it, was that TD Lotto there. Lamb went out with a concussion in the third quarter. Yeah, third quarter. He was the only guy had left to hit a, plus 3,000 Lotto. So that one hurts too, I guess. I haven't even looked at FanDuel yet today if they did one of those early exit type things on him. I don't think they did they?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Especially because it was a TD situation. The crappier thing was literally I looked at FanDuel right before he got that concussion, and I could have cashed out for 6x my money or something like that, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But I'm like, I feel like really CD's going to score. And then they threw that ball to him, and I thought he caught it, and then obviously he gets concussed. So, real bummer. But whatever. We move. Friday.
But we move.
Yeah, we move. It's Friday. We're here. Got a decent slate of games this week in the NFL. We'll kind of briefly touch on the college football slate, championship Saturday. I don't really normally bet any of these games. There's just not a lot of, wiggle room. I guess maybe who are you most excited to watch in college football though this weekend?
James Madison tonight. I can't bet them, but here in Virginia, I think they certainly put on a show. They're like 21.5, 23.5, something like that.
Yeah.
Put on the book, but yeah, I'd probably have a bet on JMU if I could, to be honest. Team total or spread, but
yeah, they're playing
tonight. Another 5 or 6 tomorrow.
a sneaky one that you brought, that's tonight is the North Texas Tulane game.
Probably the best game tonight.
Yeah.
I don't
Really,
have any bets on these games, but
realistically, the winner could be in the college football playoff. North Texas's coach is obviously going to go to Oklahoma State. Tulane's is going to Florida. So both are going to kind of coach through as they can. And then like you said, so then tomorrow, then we got, the power conferences line up, led off by BYU and Texas Tech. Tech's a 12.5-point favorite. These two teams actually already met up once this season, and Tech kind of blew their doors off. Granted, it was in Lubbock. Kind of expect a similar outcome. So, but I think BYU will put up a decent fight. Actually, I did see that the championship game is completely sold out, which I think is going to end up breaking the record for the biggest college football championship game, ever. Even surpassing the SEC. So, not that I'm pretty sure they sell out every year too. I think
MAC tomorrow.
Yeah. Who's in the MAC? It's a Miami, Ohio, and who's the other team?
Western Michigan.
Western Michigan, yeah.
It's supposed to be Toledo, but I'm not sure how the tiebreaker scenarios work. They had a 3-way tie. Miami lost to Ohio and Toledo, and somehow they won the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Between those three. So the best team in the conference isn't playing for the conference championship, Toledo, but.
Well, the ACC can say the same thing because they're
the same thing in the ACC right now.
They got Duke, an unranked Duke,
Virginia.
7-5 going against a 10-2 Virginia team. And realistically, though, if Duke wins that, the ACC is probably left out of the college football playoff altogether. Unbelievably. I don't really feel, bad for any of the conferences that, even the Big 12 that almost happened. It wasn't this close at all, but it could have happened if had Arizona State not kept winning last year. That's what you're going to get. You inflate these conferences to sizes that are just too fucking big, and you're not going to get, because of the way these tiebreakers are, you're not getting who is clearly the best team in the league. Miami not in the fucking championship, so I don't know. Go cry.
5-way tie for second place.
Yeah.
Somehow Duke got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's probably a bit heartless, but sorry, ACC, go cry in your fucking pillow at this point. You should have won. They could fix this potentially by playing more conference games. So then one of those teams could have separated themselves even more. They're the only one that doesn't play 9 conference games other than the SEC, but they're moving to 9 next year. Their ACC still refusing to do that. And I don't know. There's just also don't have like fucking 20 teams in your conference, and this is not a problem either. So,
yeah,
I think a lot of people will actually be tuned into that game, though, just kind of out of, I don't know, spite's the right word, but just kind of maybe like, they're going to get left out. Obviously, you have the rematch with Georgia, Alabama. I don't really care to rewatch that game again.
Those teams should be in the playoffs, so
yeah, both teams
all that meaningful.
I think the more
with Indiana, Ohio State.
Yep,
they both probably are going to be first round buys. Whoever loses
potentially, I think they both should be regardless.
I think whoever loses that game still gets a first round buy. So
yeah, they probably drop to the 4 would be my guess. I don't want to see any of those teams drop out of the top 4.
Actually, those 2 games probably aren't not too interesting because of that.
Yeah, but I'm just
the same meaning as maybe it would have been in the past.
No, yeah. I think from a watchability standpoint, though, I'm excited just because we actually do get the number 1 and number 2 team in that conference going head to head, same as we do with, the Big 12. But we've kind of already seen that matchup, so it's not as interesting to me as the Ohio State, Indiana. Just kind of quickly, let's just go through the Saturday ones and just shoot who you think's winning. BYU, Texas Tech.
I'm sure we both like Texas Tech.
Yep, I got Tech there. MAC championship, Miami, Western Michigan.
That one's really tough. One reason because it should be Toledo and Western Michigan.
Yep.
Miami's the most well-coached team in the MAC. Western Michigan's probably a little bit better. Honestly, I have no idea. I've gone back and forth on that. I haven't decided if I want to bet it or not. I mean, I guess I'll say Western Michigan, but you got the best coach in the conference on the sideline,
Yeah.
Chuck Martin in Miami.
I think I was probably going to go, just kind of looking ahead of time here. I'd probably go Western Michigan too. They've actually put up a pretty good fight and only lost by 6 or 7 to North Texas. I remember earlier on in the year. So yeah, they're probably the better coach team. Very tight spread, 1.5. I'll go Western Michigan too. Also, I guess Georgia, Alabama.
Playing in Atlanta, I guess I got Georgia.
You think they win the rematch? Nice. I think Bama gets them again. Very hard, but I think they maybe clip them again. Indiana, Ohio State.
Honestly, I want to say Indiana.
I kind of like that too.
Ohio State's getting hammered. Biggest
Yeah.
public team, spread and money line.
I think the real play there for those listening, I think the real play is probably the under. Everyone is hammering the over, but both these teams have a really good defense, and I don't know. I like, everyone's hammering the over. Go against the public. It's an underplay.
I would like
for
that.
me. Yeah. And the other thing is too, does it really matter for Ohio State to win another Big 12-10 championship? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. Duke, Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, I think Virginia. Virginia helps the ACC avoid a disaster and wins the game and at least gets into the
Really
championship.
made things interesting. If they were to lose.
If they lose,
Not
the
in a
real
good way for the ACC.
Yeah, the ACC, some of the top ACC teams have already been very boisterous in Miami, Clemson about wanting out, or FSU as well, mostly being boisterous about wanting to leave. Boy, if the ACC was left out, man, you might see them have even more of a meltdown than they've had previously. So,
Well, I like Virginia.
yep, I think Virginia helps the ACC.
Cookie.
Yeah, they avoid the disaster, and
they're not going to win their playoff game, whoever they play, but they'll win tomorrow night.
Yeah, it might be like an Alabama or something like that.
Winning their playoff game. It's going to be a road game too.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Play at Oregon or at Alabama.
That's going to be nasty.
Not going to happen.
Yep. Let's get into the NFL slate. Brought to you by FanDuel.
And props.cash.
Yeah, props.cash unofficially. So those watching, if you could, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That really does help. And, repost or whatever, if, the content's free or whatever. So we appreciate everyone watching. We got the Dolphins. I don't know if you want to call them two dead teams, but that's kind of how I feel like they are. It's just Dolphins headed to New York. Dolphins have kind of been snaking along here. They're 5-7, but the Jets kind of getting their third win against the Falcons last week. Maybe kind of looking like having a little life. Is there anything about this game that you like or wanted to talk about?
Tua's never lost to the Jets, but he's also never won when the temperature is 47 degrees or colder. Something like that.
Yeah. One of those weird stats.
Yeah, some of those weird stats. So something has to end. Either Tua wins in the cold or he finally loses to the Jets.
Boy,
I want him to play here somewhere.
Yeah, Tyrod's expected to play. His line's only 178 passing yards. Which tells you that they're probably going to want to rush the ball a lot. Breece Hall's line's 70.5. Yeah, Asian's 82. Man, real cold game. We've seen similar. It's not fair though, but we've seen what the Dolphins have done before in some cold games. And I'm primarily thinking of when they went to Kansas City. Now that was extreme cold, but Yeah, a lot of these teams just don't do – these Southern teams just don't do very well in these very cold environments. But I don't – I didn't even know where to begin because when you kind of have these really bad teams, it's hard to peg someone for who's going to stand out, I guess. I didn't like really any of the rushing props. And, the only guy I kind of thought maybe was Greg Dortch, but Jesus, it's hard to – or not Dortch, Dolich. Just because their lines are really low, that could be one or two catches. John Mechie was maybe interesting. He had a big touchdown last week on a big bomb by Tyrod. So this was just a pass game for me personally.
I think it's another huge A-chain game.
But on the ground or just all
on
around?
On the ground, yeah.
Yeah. The Jets defense just hasn't been what it was under when they had Robert Saleh there. So yeah, I don't know.
Props that Cash pulled up, but I think it's a huge A-chain game.
Sure, pull it up real quick.
I'm looking at Tua unders. I want to have a play there somewhere.
That was the only thing I kind of had thought, but 212 just seemed really low.
With the pass attempts, 29.5.
Here we go. Jets.
I do think the Dolphins win. I think they're able to run with A-chain, and that's going to be enough. I think the under 41 happens to play, but probably a gross game. Dolphins winning an ugly one.
Yeah, those watching, or maybe not watching, whatever. Aiton's last 3 games, 174 yards, 120 yards, 134 yards on the ground, which is unbelievable. They've really kind of just leaned on him as hard as they could, kind of moving. Yeah. 20, above 20 in the attempts. What's his attempt line?
18.5.
18.5. And
the same thing for Tua, under. Both correlated there.
Tua's a passing attempts?
Yeah, Tua under passing attempts.
Oh, is it stuck on H or something?
Or the yards, but
oh, it's stuck. It changed the game. I was like, why? What happened here? Yeah, here we go. 28.5. Yeah. I don't see him.
It's been A-chain the past month and a half. Obviously, their best player by quite a big margin. I love A-chain. He's one of my favorite players, and not putting the ball into Tua's hands too much.
Especially with how much he struggled in the cold. Seems like they're really going to want to.
I mean, that too with the weather. I'm not sure. I want to have a Tua under. I think I might do attempts or the yards, but it's actually a better hit rate with the yards than attempts.
Yeah.
Underwise.
I'm not, I was trying to look on the app because the app has a little bit better where the Jets defense, they're 24th in rush defense. Just overall defensive rank. You'd have to, if you break it down by rush defense overall, they are 26. So, not real good.
There's a couple plays somewhere, I would think. 2 under, A-chain over.
Yeah, 18.5 is very interesting. I like that over because if you do like Tua's under and passing, it's that very likely then you think that they're just going to be feeding the ball to H in a bunch.
I mean, that's what I think's going to happen the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Because they can still make the playoffs. It's very unlikely, but 5-7, they could win out, be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Their schedule's actually pretty manageable. They really could run the table, Dolphins. It's not going to happen, but
it's there. It's an option.
They could be 6-7 just like that. I do like the Dolphins.
Yeah, I like the Dolphins there.
2 wins in the cold.
interesting line here. Seattle heading to Atlanta. Seattle just absolutely crushed last year. Meanwhile, again, Atlanta lost to the Jets. They're 6.5-point favorites. Sam Darnold, he looked all right. I don't know. It's just the same Sam Darnold to me. When it comes down to crunch time, can't do anything that's really you feel good about. And that's why I think the Vikings moved off of him last year. Now, granted, they are probably regretting that now, but
You would think.
yeah. I think they get a very favorable matchup. And I've kind of already circled as, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba, he didn't score last week, but I feel like he gets in the end zone this week.
I think he does. Not sure if I'll be betting it, but yep, JSN.
Yep. His receiving yard line just continues to be outrageous, 91.5. Geesh. I don't know.
Glenn ruled out for Atlanta. I'm looking at Darnell Mooney right now.
Yeah. I didn't have an official play yet on this particular game, other than probably I guess it's not even an official play. I just don't know how I want to incorporate Jackson Smith and Jigba in there somehow.
Yeah.
A guy too that I surprised didn't really get too many touches last week. He only had one catch, was Rashid Shaheed. So I don't know. Since that, I'm looking at props.cash. Since the Arizona game, he's only gone 1 reception, 2, 0, 1. I don't know. I just kind of thought he might have more touches because prior to that, you're looking at 4, 4, 4, 4, 9, and 5. Not sure if this is the time to maybe try and get him going, but I thought it was worth mentioning at least.
It's going to happen eventually. One of these
Yeah,
weeks.
you feel like it's coming. I don't know what his reception line looks like.
It was 1.5.
It's juiced as hell. It's not too bad. Yeah. I mean, if he gets those are kind of, I think if he's getting 2 reception, he's definitely going over the yards. So might be one of those spots you could probably wait out for a live bet. I just kind of think Seattle's really needs this one to keep in second place in the division. I think they kind of end up rolling here.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yep.
Maybe a live betting spot for me that game.
Yeah.
Darnell Mooney.
Boy, maybe a bit of a tune-up game that the Buccaneers really need here. They're on a bit of a slide. Saints going to Tampa Bay. Man, they need a win. Not the Saints. They could probably keep losing. I don't really care. But I prefer it because we both have the under here. So, but obviously Tampa Bay won a freaking close one last week against the Cardinals. So that's not a good sign. Seeing how like another team that's kind of around their same, maybe talent-wise or whatever, in the 49ers absolutely blew the doors off of them. And at least they're at home. They're, a second game back at home here. Bucky Irving obviously still going to be back. His line is climbed to a more reasonable line. You're not going to get it 40.5 like we did last week. So what was I know you have a play here with someone being ruled out. I'll let you talk about that.
Alvin Kamara ruled out. That's not a surprise because the Saints season is over. I think we both have that under season win. So that's looking very good at the moment. I got Devin Neal over receiving yards. I got 16.5. Tampa Bay gives up a lot of running back receiving yards. The weather's something to keep an eye on. We don't know how Florida weather is. We're not going to know until right before game time, but definitely a chance for heavy winds, possibly heavy rain.
Yeah.
Could be sunny. We don't know. Know how Florida weather is, but
Could be.
plus the very likely trailing game script. Should be a lot of chances for Devin Neal receiving.
Yeah.
And also, Chris Olave is questionable. There's a decent chance he's out.
Yeah, if he
Maybe
gets
50-50.
officially ruled out, you're probably going to see Devin Neal's line balloon up more. Maybe
Same
not.
thing with Bailey and everybody else.
Yeah.
Think about going ahead and jumping out. Just decent chance Olave doesn't play.
Yeah. I don't know with the season kind of being dead and where it's at. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you just don't even risk it at that point.
I mean, that's what I would do if I was leading the Saints, but
Yeah.
we'll see what they have to decide as a team. But
one of the Buccaneers are one of the few teams that consistently use their running backs out of the backfield in pass catching situations. The problem is that now with Bucky back, you're kind of taking a stab at it being Rachaad White or Bucky. So it's really a hard guess there. Obviously you may be staring Rachaad White in the face and saying, I'm 11.5. But problem is with Bucky being back and the number one guy, it's a bit more, I don't think it's as cut and dry as just saying, well, he's going to get his touches or whatever, and you could even, go to props.cash and kind of confirm that to yourself if you don't believe me.
No, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I like one of them. It's just kind of one of those things is I don't know who it is. But one of them is probably going to freaking go off and get a bunch of, so looking at last game here, he had 20 yards against Arizona, which isn't a great number, but then Philadelphia had 102. Now, granted, that was back in September, so Arizona was his first game back. Meanwhile, if you look back here, Rashad still got 22, 3 catches. Bucky Irving had 2. First game back though for Bucky Irving, so they probably I think they were kind of slow playing him, which was evident if you watch the game in my mind. So as he starts getting more back into it, I think it's something you could kind of come down on the app here. You would be able to kind of do the without or whatever, or with Bucky Irving, and then kind of filter that down and figure out. So I don't know. I think one of them is going to catch a few balls out of the backfield, and they'll have plenty of space. That's for damn sure. Against a really bad New Orleans team. Maybe they both
go Rashad receiving, but
yeah,
I don't like to guess. It's going to be one of them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just don't like to guess.
And we're always guessing, but
well, that's true. So
the Bucs do play on Thursday. We might get Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan back. They get a short week.
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's true. Yep.
I'm hoping they're back. Evans and McMillan. That'd be a good game to have them back Thursday night.
Yeah.
At home, short week. So it makes sense that they're both got ruled out this week. But I do want to check on the weather because that could definitely affect these plays. I mean, if we had inclement weather, I would like this game a lot more, I think. And that definitely helped. Bucks running backs receiving, Irving or Rachaad White.
Yeah. Because you're probably just not going to see the downfield throwing from the Bucks if it's a bit of a rainier situation. They're going to be,
But you never know in Florida.
Well, yeah. Could be rainy and shitty in the first half, and the second half is sunny and beautiful. So,
yeah. I mean, that's very likely.
Yeah.
So maybe a couple late ads.
Yeah. So while I like Rashad there, I kind of want to hold off and see just day of what's the weather going to be looking like.
So both like Tampa Bay to win?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think the Saints are going to kind of start to see who they got around them. Prepare themselves for the draft. Yeah.
Tyler Shuck's gotten better every week. Talked bad about him a month ago, but he's getting better. Tyler
Yeah.
Shuck. Saints maybe have something to work with there.
Maybe. We'll see. TBD.
Yeah, keep playing the young guys.
Yeah.
Devin Neal, Bailey, Mason Tipton.
Yep. Next game, Commanders heading to the Rat Piss Vikings. JJ is back though, so I don't know if that's. I guess I mean, it's clearly an upgrade from who they had last week. That's for goddamn sure. But
Or Max
overall,
JJ's back.
yeah. Overall,
Jaden Daniels is back.
I can't believe you haven't jumped on this, to be honest.
I've been thinking about it.
It's roughly
It's
the
throwing
same.
me off how
It's roughly the
it's
same.
1 for 5 now with 9 at quarterback. Overshooting 3.5. The hit rate. It's not very good.
No.
Had a couple of games with Wentz, but not with McCarthy.
The one thing you at least have to give him over.
I mean, this is the matchup for it for sure.
Yeah.
This is the matchup for him to have 100 yards and a touchdown.
It's just, I guess, probably a better visual here is if we go back to props and look up.
It's not going to look very good.
Yeah. The last probably 4 or 5 games, not good. Where the hell is he? He hasn't. I mean, obviously he had 4 yards, 48, 61.
Good games with Carson Wentz.
Yeah. And then, the other games here look a lot better.
There's a lot of question marks in this game.
Yeah.
There's plays somewhere.
I just feel like you got to really kind of dig down in there, and I don't know, maybe there's a live snipe somewhere, potentially.
Yeah.
I guess if we filter by with McCarthy, did I just pass him? Here we go. He's got. I mean, even that's the problem is even that while that line looks so easy, you filter down by McCarthy, and he's only gone over it one time.
That's what I meant. It's not very green. But again, this will be the matchup to go off, and Christian Darrisaw should be back, which would certainly help JJ a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know.
Minus 210 to throw an interception to Jim McCarthy.
No fucking way.
I think he's thrown one in every start, McCarthy.
Is that true? What's happening? I don't know. It's not liking something.
Yeah, first quarter, I think.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, it is. There we go. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Jesus.
Minus 210. It's no interception.
Is that the lock of the century?
Honestly, it might be a good parlay piece.
Yeah. I can get rid of JJ with JJ. That makes sense. Yeah, right now, this is just a pass game. It's just the Vikings are so bad, and JJ McCarthy is so bad. I mean, yeah, Jaden Daniels is there. I don't know. The only thing that maybe interests me is his rushing yards, given how good the Vikings defense looked last week. I think there's an opportunity there, but I'm gonna end up just waiting on that if I can. First quarter type thing. See what I can get. Maybe I get, in the 20s somewhere, which would be very favorable.
What would receptions look like for Jefferson? Still got it up. I mean, otherwise this game just might be a pass. Rather than trying to really find
5.5. So even
it looked like with McCarthy. I know the yards weren't good, but receptions.
QB still under 4, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5. So the only time every time he goes over in receptions, he's gone over the yardage of 60. So, direct correlation there. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
do want to bet Jefferson. I'm not sure if I'll do it or not, but
Yeah. I mean, he's the best wide receiver in the league, and it's just you got a really bad quarterback even trying to get him the ball. So I think Jaden Daniels is probably my play here somewhere. This is what I like to see. He didn't really run against Seattle, and you see all these lower games here. So I think we can probably wait. And then, the second quarter, he tends to be a bit more mobile.
yeah.
That's probably going to be my play as a live snipe on Jaden Daniels rushing, especially if we're seeing the same defense that we saw last week, which was great. Looked fantastic, to be honest.
This game just may be a pass overall.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to force something.
Yep. If I can't get Jaden Daniels in the 20s on a rushing, it's a pass for me.
I guess the Commanders win, but they're finally fully healthy on offense. First time since September.
Yeah, I think.
Not to believe in their defense, and Minnesota's obviously got a very good defense. But again, this game's probably just got to be a pass. I think Commanders win, though.
I think the play's the under, to be honest.
That might be the best play.
Yeah.
I mean, the best way probably just pass on this game
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah. I guess, but we always choose an outright winner just for fun. I can't.
Washington.
I can't back the Vikings here.
Not with JJ.
No. Really, a needed get back spot for the Colts heading down to Jacksonville.
You got to check the weather on Sunday morning for this game too. Looks like. Could be sunny or could be cloudy. Could be heavy rain. You just don't know in Florida. Won't know until Sunday morning, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye on the weather for this one. Probably got to check it Sunday morning.
This was just a straight up pass game for me. I didn't really know where to go with it. I haven't liked Lawrence for a while. I mean, maybe some type of under there. I don't know.
I was thinking that for Daniel Jones under.
Yeah.
But again, I might have to check the weather. That could be a weather play.
Yeah.
And now Daniel Jones isn't good, and he's finally regressing again. And he's not healthy.
Seems like, it's either he's not healthy or he's kind of regressing back to the mean. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, maybe both. So, all right. Well, we both kind of just want to wait and see on that game, so we won't spend any time on it.
I mean, there could be a play in that game Sunday morning.
Yeah, it'll have to be, but it's just a wait and see. So
it's one of the weather games. I got a few this week.
Yeah,
got to keep our eyes on.
One of the more maybe intriguing games in terms.
You got to pick a winner. You got to pick a winner.
I think the Colts get back.
Jacksonville. Okay.
I think the Colts get back. I think they get it right. I'm sorry, I can't
back.
It'll be a
huge Jonathan Taylor game.
Yeah, I can't back Trevor Lawrence.
You got to go 100 plus 2 touchdowns for Colts to win.
Yeah.
Which very well could happen, but
I can't back the flow. Can't do it.
I'm going Jacksonville.
I respect it.
Not betting it, but like Jacksonville.
Yeah. Which should be a good game in terms of really kind of clearing up some of the muddiness in the playoff pictures. Steelers and the Ravens. Ravens just got their asses spanked last week against a Joe Burrow-led Bengals team.
So they're both 6-6. It's not quite an elimination game, but kind of feels like it.
Feels like it.
This game is very likely not going to make the playoffs. You would think.
Yeah, for the Ravens, right? Because, well, they play again later on. So,
yeah,
I guess you could technically split it, but then it just puts a lot more pressure on the rest of your games that you kind of got ahead.
The Bengals still aren't out. Actually, the Browns aren't even mathematically eliminated either. But
are they both? Yeah, I guess they are both 6-6. I had to look that up. I thought one of them was.
Yeah, but the way the Steelers have been trending down,
yeah,
kind of feels like it's an elimination game for them. Particularly with Aaron Rodgers getting upset with his teammates and he's not healthy. Probably the time's really catching up to him.
Yeah,
I think
and
he's got to be last season.
I think if you're the Steelers, so this is on the road, then you go back home to face Miami. You go on the road to the Lions. You go on the road to Cleveland, and then you end the season with the Ravens back at home. So, if you could steal this one, my God, it would – I don't know about almost lock you into the playoff, but pretty goddamn close. If you lose, though, you might be saved because the Ravens then go on the road next week to Cincinnati. Now, I don't think the Bengals do what they did before, but we've at least shown that team is capable of winning, clearly. They have a really tough game against the Patriots at home, so that's maybe another loss. You go on the road to the Packers, and then you would have the Steelers. They have to go back, like we already said, to the Steelers. I mean, realistically, they could drop 2 of the 3 games in between these Steeler matchups, and that I don't know. So you're right. It feels like an elimination type game for the Ravens more than the Steelers in my mind.
I like the Ravens to win.
Yeah, I do too. It's just I'm going to trust Lamar more than a maybe semi-injured Aaron Rodgers led team. I also kind of think that maybe at the end of this year, Tomlin gets let go, or it's a parting of mutual ways sort of thing.
Very likely.
He's done a lot, but they're not progressing or getting any better. So at this point, you kind of need to move off of him, do something. This kind of feels like, in terms of plays, though, I don't know did you have anything on this game specifically?
Not yet, but it's got to be one of those 2 guys, Mark Andrews or Isaiah Likely.
That's exactly, that's why I left the screen here, because I don't know. This kind of felt like an Isaiah Likely game.
Lean Likely.
Yeah, he
like
had
the
a
narratives that Mark Andrews got paid a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Isaiah Likely is going to be a free agent. I think he's a better player, to be honest, but kind of like Isaiah Likely.
Yep. And if you look back at his previous against Baltimore, he's had 31, 75, 29, 53. So pretty good.
I didn't even look into that, but
yeah, pretty good.
One of those 2 going to have a huge game. Like I said, lean Isaiah Likely.
I think I would
like
too.
him to score after last week.
Yeah.
Lamar's certainly not the player to ban a guy and not give him any more looks. He's the opposite, as we saw last week.
Right.
He had a couple more targets after that fumble.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of quarterbacks wouldn't have done that. But Lamar is the ultimate locker room team player.
Yeah, he cares a lot about his teammates in that regard. So
not like Aaron Rodgers, kind of opposites there.
What's wild to
Aaron
me
Rodgers,
is,
I'd say likely would never see the football again.
Yeah, what's wild to me is you hear such different opinions. Some people love Aaron Rodgers and talk great about him, and then you have a lot of people who also think he's a fucking shit teammate. So I don't know. It's just wild. I mean, it doesn't mean he's not both, because he definitely can be. If you're probably on Rodgers' good side, he probably feels like a fantastic teammate. If you're on his bad side, he probably feels like the worst fucking teammate of all time.
Yeah.
So,
I think there's a lot going on in that Steelers locker room right now.
Yeah.
A lot of tension, I think, between players, coaching staff, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of change is going to happen this offseason for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
New quarterback, probably new head coach. A lot of new faces next year for the Steelers.
Yeah.
So I like Baltimore. I think that continues for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, I like Likely there.
I haven't played it yet, but I do like that a lot.
You know, a guy who actually I do want to, slight homerism here, but I wanted to get your opinion. He's not even here on FanDuel. But, what about Charlie Kohler? He's in a lot more on the passing downs. He's an Iowa State guy, but Lamar he's at least gained Lamar's trust. He's thrown him a couple touchdown passes. Last game, he had 17 yards. Now, granted, he went 0-0, but before that, he had 23, 23, 10. So it's not like Lamar doesn't trust him in any type of capacity. He's at least getting it.
Not who I thought you were going to say, but interesting.
Well, and here's why I wanted to bring it up is because he's at least getting pretty much a target a game. So that's a good indication. He's at least getting one. And the deal is, the only place I see that you can get him really is Prize Picks, but his line is a yard. So if he gets a catch, he's essentially going over. It's the Montgomery thing all over again. Now, generally what I've seen from Charlie is that his lines won't get posted until Sunday or during the game, just because he's kind of like the third string guy back. Now he's back to the third string guy with Likely back. So I don't know. I just think that's if you're going to post him at a yard, I'll take the bait.
Can't imagine him, but a Steelers prop rest of the season.
No. Yeah, I'm not either.
Complete pass.
Yeah. So for me, it's going to be Likely. I just don't know if I'm going to bet it pre-game. I most likely will. And then I'm going to see if anyone's brave enough to post a Charlie Kohler receiving yards, and I'll take that.
Although Aaron Rodgers' unders do look nice.
I can't do it because Rodgers still sometimes can come out and surprise you.
Yeah, I just think they're heading for a divorce. Steelers and Rodgers, Mike Tomlin.
Does Rodgers retire at the end of the year?
Well, I think he doesn't really have a choice if he's going to play next year or not at this point.
So
I can't imagine anybody's going to sign him.
I have a Vikings fan.
I can't imagine anybody's going to.
But could you imagine them signing Aaron Rodgers? So yeah.
I think whether he wants to retire or not, I think this is it for Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if one team would do it, it'd be Minnesota, but
just taking the sloppy seconds again of Green Bay. God dang. So, all right, we'll move on. A game I don't even have anything to say about. Titans and the Browns. Is there anything you even want to say there?
Myles Garrett is minus 500 to record a sack. I'm trying to shop around, get better odds, or even ladder that. Because we talked yesterday about Myles Garrett. He's 5 sacks away from the record. It's not impossible. He gets very close Sunday. You get 3 or 4. I think 4 would tie the record. Get 4 against the Titans. Cam Ward's been the most sacked quarterback this season. Gotta imagine. Minus 500 to record a sack. That's pretty crazy odds when you really think about that. How hard it is to get 1 sack, even for a player as good as Myles Garrett. I mean, really, when you think about how hard it is to get a sack, as good as Myles Garrett is.
If you saw $20,000 on the ground, would you not pick it up?
Yeah, Cam Ward's been sacked more than any quarterback. Here they have. FanDuel actually does have game specials for Myles Garrett.
Oh, do they? Oh yeah, they're right here. Sorry, staring me in the face. 1.5 sacks. Is that not a take?
1.75 plus.
Yeah, so he's going to get 2 sacks. I mean, I feel like he's getting 2 sacks. I don't think he breaks the record, but I could see that.
Does he need 4 to break it or 4 to tie?
It needs 4 to break the single season.
I thought it was 4 to tie, but either way, he could do that. Plus 700. I mean,
the only thing is, while that's there, sure, shop around.
Yeah, shop around.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know if everyone's going to offer some type of game special, but I don't know. That's probably a take in some way or
700 feels like shitty odds, but
yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. Seems like pretty dog shit
very
odds.
likely it does happen.
But I think he at least gets 2. No one seems to really be wanting to kick out. I guess DraftKings does have game specials, but nothing out yet.
Most likely we won't have rain or snow. It's not impossible, but probably it's gonna be cold.
I don't know. I don't like defensive plays that much, but
I don't either, but there's a spot for it.
yeah. I don't even care who wins that game. I don't know. Fucking Browns, I guess.
Technically, they're not mathematically eliminated, the Browns, but
yeah, they're eliminated without
benefit by
being
losing
eliminated.
this game, especially to the Titans.
Yeah,
That they would be much better off losing this game.
the
on
Titans.
Purpose, but both teams
Well,
would be much
yeah.
better off losing this game.
I mean, the total's 33.5 for God's sakes. What a fucking.
I mean, it's got to be. Quinshon Judkins is at 21.5 attempts. It's got to be huge Judkins game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's attempts wise. Maybe he doesn't even get the yards, but
yeah,
that's been the case for a few weeks now for Judkins getting the attempts for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Ward attempts just went down to 29.5 passing attempts.
Who's did?
Cam Ward passing attempts.
Did they?
I mean, the weather might have brought that down, but still like that over. That might be a play for me right now.
Yeah.
Because I liked it at 30.5, and now it's 29.5. Came Ward over passing attempts. That's what I should have done last week. I had yards, but
They don't do over.
that just might be a play for me.
Yeah, under you can get under 29.5 at -105 on like ESPN Bet. I feel like that's a lot.
I'm at over 29.5
Oh, you like his over?
for Cam Ward.
Oh, I don't know that I. It's probably staring me in the face. Here it is. Passing attempts. It's wrong here.
You got it on the quarter for some reason.
There we go. Oh, yeah. I mean, shit. He's been way over that. Yeah. Actually, that's interesting. He's gone way the hell over that. That's actually very surprising, but I guess they don't have a run game.
Nope.
That might be a play. Might have to lock that in. Deal is,
Chance for snow. A little bit of wind, nothing crazy, but
yeah, he's minus. So that's -130 on, or -113.
we have a chance for at least 2 snow games this week.
Yeah,
Cleveland and Buffalo. I think potentially Green Bay too. Might just barely miss game time, but perhaps another game. You got to check the weather Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's getting about that time of the year where you really
it's that time of the year.
Yeah, you need to pay
That's
attention.
one reason why I waited to get some of these plays in, because it's the time of the year you really got to check the inclement weather.
Right. Yeah.
Which can change everything with these plays.
Got an interesting comment. I didn't even see this. Sorry, Danny. Sorry. That he was talking about soccer here, the World Cup. I did see this though. I don't know if you saw this at all. That they came out with the draw for the U.S. and they have.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm not a soccer person at all, but I'll watch it.
Not a soccer person, but I have to be by next summer.
Yeah. I always watch US. I do always watch the US in these things. And he's right. Yeah. What a favorable matchup. My God, if they don't, if they don't,
soccer expert, but that looks very good for us.
Yeah, Jesus might be the first advancement in God knows when. So
the games are going to be rigged for us. There's no reason we shouldn't advance.
Yep. I told my wife, because she's from Brazil, and I told her the best thing ever would be if Brazil and the U.S. could meet, and I said, and somehow U.S.
Yeah.
pulls off fucking the upset of the century and beats Brazil. And she told me, she goes, if that happens, I'm divorcing you.
I got to learn soccer a little bit more
Yeah.
for next summer.
We'll move
This is the
on.
real weather game.
Yeah. Buffalo. They come, but two teams coming off wins who desperately needed them. Buffalo's kind of really faltered here in the middle part of the season where they were looking really strong, especially their defense, and now getting a more healthy Bengals team back with Joe Burrow could be a really, really good game, to be honest. Obviously, you're talking about the lines in passing 230 and 250, 238 and 250. Jamar's back to his normal, 87, extreme highs type thing. So I don't have a play yet, but I feel like there's something here that we need that you could be mining out.
I'm trying to get a weather update right now. This is a possible snow game.
Yeah.
Got a few this week. At least a couple possible snow games.
Buffalo is one of the most.
This game's at 1 o'clock. There's an 80% chance at 1 p.m.
Yeah. You really got to pay attention to that place because it fucking snows out of nowhere. It does say.
It looks like a snow game in Buffalo. Orchard Park, rather, but. Yeah, I've learned you got to do Orchard Park, not Buffalo.
Oh, that's.
Lake Effect in Orchard Park.
Yeah.
Weather can be very different 15 miles away or whatever it is.
Is it that far?
It's like 10 miles or something at Buffalo and Orchard Park.
Buffalo's right up against the lake. So like the actual city of Buffalo. So it's further east, right? Orchard Park, because that's where the stadium's
Orchard
at.
Park gets the Lake Effect snow.
Well, so would Buffalo. Oh, well.
I don't think to the same extent. I think it's like 10, 15 miles.
Yeah, I guess that it doesn't take much. Orchard Park. Buffalo Bills. Zoom out, you mother trucker. Yeah, so they're a bit further south, I guess. So yeah, they're depending on how. Yeah, it could affect it more. I guess
Either way, looks like a snow game.
Yeah, my app is saying though not a whole lot. It's only saying a little bit.
Might be fun to watch. Well, either way, it should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, so maximum's 2 inches on Sunday. Which isn't a lot for that area. It's not really a lot. Yeah, it's not a lot really anywhere, but
so the number one weather game, there's about 4 weather games this week.
Yep.
4 or 5 weather games that keep a close eye on that one. Now, obviously, James Cook at 100 yards. You got to imagine it's a James Cook game.
Yeah.
Especially if it's snowing.
210 to score a touchdown.
He had 30-something attempts last week. Was it 32 attempts?
Something like that. Yeah, it was a lot.
He's at 19.5 attempts. You got to imagine that just might be a play right there of the attempts for James Cook. Especially with the weather, but.
It's not Pitt, Baltimore, Cincinnati. Wrong thing. Rushing.
It's honestly kind of hard to trust anything we're receiving for sure about the weather.
He had 32 attempts. Wow.
And I think Josh Allen is probably certainly one of the best in inclement weather quarterbacks. I don't think he'd be affected by any kind of snow like that. I think he loves those windy and snow games.
Yeah, yeah.
When most quarterbacks would not, but Josh Allen is not every quarterback.
Be interesting if you could filter that down, snow games. Not sure that you could, but
I'm not sure if you can, but I'll take Josh Allen and inclement weather over just about any quarterback.
yeah, I think Josh Allen's probably the play there. 30. He's gone over that a good chunk this season.
What about pass attempts? Under pass attempts, maybe. Not sure if you got prop stack cash on them, but if you think that they Cook and Allen can both run very well,
He's actually gone under, yeah.
I mean, if you think he runs, him and Cook,
Look at that. Even props.cash is telling you that's a plus EV play right there. BetMGM. That's a new
they even
feature.
money.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks good to me, the under, but if you think they run, which I think they both do, Allen and
Yeah.
Cook,
Again, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't really want to give out a play yet because I'm going to wait until Sunday to see if the weather
will too.
changes. You know, it doesn't take much, and that 2 inches can go to 6 inches really
well,
fast.
there you go. That could also happen.
Yeah.
So it's hard to trust anything in the receiving game at this point.
Yeah.
Although T. Higgins should be back for Cincinnati.
He is listed.
They do have him listed.
Yep.
So I may bet T. Higgins first quarter because that goes into our little system we got.
Yeah.
Little scripted first quarter play.
10.5.
And you can your way it. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Since I can't do first quarter receptions, you can do first quarter receiving yards. You can put it down to 1 yard for Higgins. I mean, some books have first quarter receptions, but not books I can use.
So if you come back down to props and you filter
The
by
hit rate wasn't very good, but
yeah,
for first quarter.
Yeah. So he's kind of all over.
50, just about.
Well, this is at 13.5, so really we should be here. 10.5. Yeah. 60, well, on the year. We buy the year. Yeah. So 45%. A couple of these games, he didn't have any. So I do like that T. Higgs first quarter thing. I like that quite a bit, to be honest. But again, I want to wait to see what the weather is, because if it's snowing like a bastard, then that's probably not a play, just because of the weather.
I like the Bills, especially with the weather.
Yeah,
the Bills played quite a few snow games. One of them in Buffalo, and they won it.
Yeah, if it's going to be snowing a bunch.
About 3 years ago. They
Yeah.
won the snow.
If it's going to be snowing a crap ton, give me the Bills. Otherwise, if it seems to hold off, I think I'll actually take the Bengals there.
Interesting.
Just kind of weather dependent.
At all.
Yeah, because again, the Bengals they're not really eliminated yet.
Nope, they're still right in the division race.
Yep. Broncos and the Raiders. Do you have anything for that game?
I'm looking at a couple plays. Maybe not sexy plays. Ashton Genty under rushing yards. One of them. He actually went over last month against Denver, but
I can't trust how they've utilized him. They're so inconsistent.
I have to shut him down for the season.
Yeah.
He got injured a couple of weeks ago. It looked much worse than what it was. He didn't even miss a game, but I kind of feel like they're playing with fire, the Raiders.
Yeah.
Got time to shut down Genty for the season.
He's
If I was the Raiders, I would not run him 19 times like they did a month ago against Denver, but
no.
They still try to run the ball. They have perhaps the worst offensive line in the league. They keep trying to run the ball. It's just not working. He's been getting the attempts, but not the yards.
Yeah, even his line is juiced to the under.
That's the thing. He can get the attempts, but not yards.
Yeah. That's just that game's just a pass in general for me. I didn't really want to pick too much into it. Just given
like
how
RJ Harvey.
Yeah, he's probably going to
get running backs.
Yeah. There's just, the Raiders are what they are.
Yep.
move to maybe one of the more interesting late, the 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock window, wherever you're located at. The Bears and the first place Bears, unbelievably, heading to Green Bay.
Now.
What's that?
For now.
For now. That's right. For now.
I think Green Bay wins.
I do think Green Bay wins. I don't.
It's going to be very, very cold. It's not going to snow, but I feel like it's going to be single digits.
Yep. It's going to be a cold son of a gun.
Roma Dunze get rolled out.
That's going to be – so that'll be –
There's a play somewhere on the Bears for sure.
Yeah, that game will get in tonight because it'll kick off at 3:30 Central Time, and by the time the game's over, it will be dark. So it'll be real fucking cold.
There's definitely a play or two with the Bears, especially in the receiving game with Roma Dunze rolled out. Take your pick on some of those guys.
Yeah, well, that's
like to guess too often, but you got to guess one of those guys. DJ Moore, Burden, Loveland. Swift.
Yeah, I was thinking DJ Moore, but even then, like you said, it's kind of take your pick sort of situation. So I don't know. I hate
certainly a play somewhere, but I don't want to guess necessarily.
Yeah,
I'd want to say Luther Burden, but even then, I'm not. I just don't know. I like Green Bay to win this game. I think they run with Josh Jacobs. I think it's a big Josh Jacobs game.
Yep.
He looked really good last week. We didn't know if he was going to play and ended up looking really good against the Lions.
Yeah, he kind of, like you said, we didn't even think he was going to play, and he kind of more or less came out of nowhere and then had a great game. So, yeah, I don't know.
Josh Jacobs game.
I don't know. Like you said, there's someone there with the Bears, but I just don't know who it is. So I'll probably end up passing there.
I like Packers money line more than anything.
Yeah.
Or even the -6.5.
330. Yeah. I think it's a good parlay piece at least.
I'm thinking Packers Broncos teaser. I haven't locked that in, but
Well, we'll give them the teaser pleaser here in a little bit. We got 2 more games to discuss. Rams and the Cardinals, just going to be a blowout game. Although the Rams, they might want to just bury the fucking Cardinals after losing to the Panthers last week. Probably Matthew Stafford's worst game all year.
Yep.
Question mark. So, I Devontae is probably scoring again. He's just that red zone target guy. He just is. It's 160 is a bit high, but I don't know. I kind of liked Kyrene too, just because once they get up, I just feel like they're just gonna kind of put it on cruise control and see what happens, or not see what happens, but just get out of there, just whatever, get out with the win.
I actually have 3 plays in this game.
All right, let's hear them.
Not on Kyron. I'm on Blake Corum. Daniel doesn't have him listed. Blake Corum over rushing yards. I mean, the same mindset as you was Kyron Williams, but Kyron once took a huge hit last week. I'm shocked he returned to the game.
Yeah.
But apparently he's good to go for this week. No injury concern. But even then, I think they are a little bit protective of Kyron Williams the rest of the season. They've talked about wanting to keep him fresh for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think it's a good Blake Corum game. I think Kyron Williams gets to hopefully rest a lot of that second half. Both like Los Angeles. You said a potential blowout. I'm not sure it's necessarily a blowout because I think Arizona's offense can keep up a little bit. Not their defense, but I got a couple Arizona Cardinals props. Trey McBride and Michael Wilson over receptions.
Receptions.
So Harrison's out. Greg Dortch is out. They don't have anybody else to throw to. It's going to be McBride and Wilson all game.
Actually, they don't have a lot of guys posted here.
Yeah.
Did they take them down, or did you play it on a different book?
Well, I took McBride on FanDuel.
Okay.
Wilson at plus money a couple hours ago.
It's probably still available.
Over 7.5 and 5.5 receptions.
6.5.
They don't have anybody else to throw to at this point. They're going to be throwing all game.
Well, you know they're going to be down, so
They're going to be down. I mean, they're both seeing 10-plus targets,
yeah.
which they have in both games without Harrison Jr.
And Jacoby's not been terrible.
Nope. That's why I think Arizona can hang around in this game. It's not impossible that they cover. Honestly, not impossible they win this game, but
Well, I
mean, anything can happen in a divisional game like that, but
right.
I don't think Arizona can. They can keep up. They can score, which would probably lean the over 47.5 is the better play because I think both these teams can score.
Yeah, I'm not certain. I mean, obviously,
160.
I don't know about the over though because while the Panthers scored, the Rams defense has been top 5 good this year, and I don't know. I have a hard time believing that they're gonna have back-to-back kind of stinkers where they give up a bunch of points.
Devontae minus 160.
Yeah.
There's 5 games in a row or something like that for Devontae. It's 5 or 6 now.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We'll move on. I got the Rams there.
Rams.
Yep. Sunday night's game. Boy, it's
very cold, but no snow, no high winds, but very cold.
This is a make or break game for Kansas City. If they lose this, they're done. They're not going to make the playoffs, which is unbelievable to say.
Wins.
You what?
I think Kansas City wins.
Yeah.
It's not going to get to -3, but if it were to, that's a play.
$40, man. How good out of nowhere has the Texans defense been? I don't know about out of nowhere. That's probably a little inaccurate, but
yeah.
They get, a big key piece back here is you get C.J. Stroud in this game. This kind of feels like a Nico game to me, to be honest. He's at a little bit lower total than maybe I guess I would have expected. He's at 70.5. I don't know. What was had you kind of thought about him at all?
If I play somebody on that side, it'd be Nico.
Yeah. It's hard not to want to play Nico. I mean, he's literally the best receiver on their team. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm probably going to end up playing Nico. I just don't know if I want to wait. Normally that doesn't pan out very well for someone like him. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that game.
You what?
I don't know about that game.
He's
on national TV.
Yeah. I actually like the Texans to win this game. I don't think the Kansas City's for real. I think they're going to miss the playoffs. And yeah, I don't know. I think the Texans win. I think Nico has a big game.
Interesting. Going against the Chiefs on primetime.
Yep. It's not the smartest thing I've ever heard of. I will admit to that.
I mean, absolute must win for Kansas City. You can say that about a lot of teams this week, but it's actually near elimination game for Kansas City. Actually, it might be for the division. I'm not sure at the top of my head, but
I think it is an elimination game. I feel pretty good in saying that.
they'd still be in the wild card hunt, but
Well,
absolutely got to win. Since Denver's running away with the division.
yeah. Do you even want to talk about Eagles Chargers?
Nope. Worst team to bet on, the Eagles. And they're in prime time. I don't want to.
Yeah, we normally end up
Nope.
saving the Monday game anyways, but man,
I don't want to watch that game.
I don't.
The Eagles and Chargers. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I'll be honest.
Nope.
I'm not sure I even want to bet that game come Monday.
Nope.
I really don't.
And we got to wait for Justin Herbert news. But panel does have Herbert listed. Marion Hampton's back.
So, yeah.
That might be a play for me on
that.
Marion Hampton.
Well, we'll skip that one. And we normally don't talk about it anyways, but man, I guess just in totality, I can't even believe it's week 14 now, and we're more or less down. Yeah, I can't believe we're down in the final stretch here.
Insane.
Been a
absolutely
good
fun by.
Unfortunately, I think for both of us here, we had a really great early to mid-season rise, kind of have more or less just been kind of floating around where we have been the last few weeks here, which is, you know,
frustrating.
Very frustrating. I feel like a lot of the reads have been right. Like even, you know, we kind of joked about before we came on air about the Amon-Ra thing. I feel like that was the right read. I caught him live at 81, and he burns off a more or less meaningless 30-yard catch to go over. So it's just like, man, okay. I needed CeeDee Lamb for a touchdown to hit a plus 3,000 lotto, gets hurt. So Isaiah Likely last week, you know, we had him. He fucking fumbles at the goal line. It's like, I feel like it's just been one of those seasons where that's just kind of been the MO. You're like, okay, well, I don't really know what to say. So
I think the term is variance. You're experiencing variance. That's
yeah.
Cappers like to say when they start losing.
Yeah. Oh, it's just
bad variance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
the most frustrating part is the reads are there the vast majority of the time.
Yeah.
At least 80% of the time, it was like the reads are there, but
yeah, I don't
lucky breaks.
I don't know about you,
but be lucky sometimes in this, and had some unlucky breaks past month or so.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but like when I lose, I want to lose like I did last week with Justin Jefferson, where it just wasn't even fucking.
Never had a chance.
Never had a chance.
Very many bets like that.
Yeah,
especially this season. But I mean,
like,
all time, just never had a chance. Absolutely not.
That was just completely the wrong read, and I'll eat it. Fine, that was wrong. That was way wrong. But
that was a very weird feeling for me to know in second quarter this is done.
Yeah, this was a horrible bet. Horrible bet.
Maybe 5 times this season I've thought that. Oh, this was a bad read.
Yeah. You move on, and I can accept that. But like the Amon-Ra one last night.
I'm not mad about Jefferson losing. I mean,
yeah. Amon-Ra pisses me off though. It was sitting at like 60-something, fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. I'm like, man, they're up. This is fucking gold. That's a win. Pickett even gave me the little green circle thing saying, nice job. Yeah. And then the son of a bitch got a 34-yard.
I mean, that's really how it's felt past month or so.
Yeah. They're not excuses. Because not excuses, just
no, you can have excuses sometimes.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we really do appreciate you. Please, if you can, like, rate, and review, subscribe to us on YouTube. Does help us out a lot. Appreciate everyone who's already done that. But that's it for today's show. We'll maybe be back Monday. I don't know. It's kind of we'll play it by ear. Just with how that, it might just be a terrible game. It might just be one we end up skipping, to be honest. So we'll
should be, whether it is or not, I don't know.
Yeah. So all right. Thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody.